We're taking on our most painstaking unflipping project yet. We have so much painted brick in our 1966 flipped house, and this doesn't even include the exterior. You may have seen last year when we got the paint off the small section in the kitchen with chemical stripper with great results. So a whole year later, we finally built up the courage enough to try the huge wall and fireplace in the basement. We're following the same process, so we're using Smart Strip Pro, a paintbrush to apply it, PPE, and we're using Dumon's laminated paper to cover it. You could also use plastic wrap,
Go farther.
but sometimes it's a sensory nightmare. For cleanup, you'll need scrapers, wire brushes, Scotch-Brite pads, moral support, water, and plastic protecting anything you care about. Would also highly recommend having a set of shoes and clothes dedicated just to this because they will get destroyed. Once the stripper was on, we covered it with a paper and let it sit about 4-ish hours, and then you scrape and scrub your life away. And we did look into all the different professional paint removal options. We had our exterior brick sandblasted and the results were great, but it was such a mess inside from getting it done outside that we just don't want to deal with it being done inside. And quotes for any type of abrasive blasting indoors are generally higher because of the prep work and cleanup needed from doing it inside. We also looked into dry ice blasting and lasers, and they're both pretty expensive. And there are just very few projects that we're able to do ourselves and save a couple bucks, so we figured we might as well earn in that sweat equity, right? Anyway, our basic process for this was scraping off the excess goop from the bricks. Thankfully, these bricks are flat. After scraping, we just went over with a wet Scotch-Brite pad. The mortar is the hardest part, and you'll see in these early videos we did not have much success. We realized the first set of wire brushes we had were soft bristle and we needed firmer ones, so once we got firmer ones it came off so much easier. So then our basic process was a few wet scrubs with the wire brush. This got off the majority of the goop and the paint, and then we let that dry a little bit. This was key. The little remaining bits scrape off super easy when they dry up. And we did try wire brush drill attachments, but they were no more helpful and it was so much messier. And that's really it. Now, we don't have the complete finished results. Don't get upset. We're not getting paid to post this or bait for followers or anything. We're regular people with regular jobs, and we're doing this as quickly as we can. Trust us. We just have to finish the top part above the window and then the window trim. And then we'll go back in and clean up the parts of mortar that do still have paint on them, do all the finishing detail stuff, and then we'll move on to the fireplace wall.